Oh yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, it is a gorgeous sunny day and we're gonna start off with some cutting. So here's the plan. Scott is on his way, should be here any minute. I intend to have him running machines in the excavator, loading the log deck. Doesn't necessarily need to fill it up the way it is right now, maybe one at a time. While I am cutting the logs, he's gonna jump down and get into this machine, get in the tractor, and grab the logs as they come off the deck. And then I want him to load them over here into the dump trailer. If you remember before, I had the dump trailer set up out here, but I brought the axis out here. I didn't like that. Of course, you guys knew before I even started that I wasn't gonna keep it out here. But I think we can still use the dump trailer out here and get these rounds into it, and that way they're off the ground. The question is, what do we do then? So the plan is I'm gonna get a couple of these cut up, then I'm gonna get Scott on the tractor. I need to teach him the delicacies of loading the dump trailer with logs. I've been using the 290 quite a bit. I really am loving this saw with that new chain on it, the yellow chain. Yeah, let's get cutting. All right, let's get you picking these up. So it's pretty obvious. The grapple needs to go over the log, then you squeeze, then you curl it back and lift. That's pretty much it to pick it up. Now curl over it. Yeah, you want the whole clamshell to be over top of it. Drive forward. All right, let me show you a trick. Okay, so if you drive up to it, pull it all the way back, bring it down, and then just push them all into a line, okay? Now, over the top of it, like that. Then close it in, curl it back. You only got one. Sometimes that's the way it is. They're the deep only. So anyway, you got one. Now you're gonna put it in the trailer. There you go. Bring it over to the trailer. Now you're gonna bring your front end all the way over until your guard is almost, no, keep coming forward. And then you're gonna stop right before you hit. Yeah, right about there. Put your brake on so you don't go anywhere. Just hold the brake. Now you're gonna let it down. You're gonna curl it nice and slow down until it's all the way down. Then release it. That's it. Rinse and repeat. A couple of things. Don't lift your load until you're right next to the trailer. You don't want to drive along with your load all the way up high because you have more chance of tipping over. So get up closer, and once you get close to the trailer, then lift it up and then drive it in. got some more, you pick them up, put them in the trailer. That's a good load of logs. Yeah. We got one more log left over from that deck that we didn't cut. But I got to do something with these. And I have an idea. This might be a bad idea. I don't know. I guess there's really only one way to find out. I got to do something with these logs, and I want them in this wood yard, and there's nowhere to go to back this dump trailer into where all these rounds are. Now I've got all those rounds already down there, so in theory, when these hit, they shouldn't destroy the concrete, right? Like I say, one way to find out. Wow! It's not stupid if it works. And that was fun. That was amazing. It didn't break the concrete. I had, enough rounds underneath it that cushioned the blow. And we got room for more. Let's fill it again. Well, that's another load, and let me tell you, this system is slick. He doesn't, nobody waits on anybody. I was about to say he doesn't wait on me. I don't wait on him. We just move. He grabs a log. We're not filling the whole log deck. That's the key. So he can grab one log. He can reach everything. I cut it up. He grabs the pieces, loads them in the trailer. And we're gonna, of course, dump this into the woodyard on top of what we just dumped. But I'm gonna do that tomorrow, maybe. It's supposed to be raining, so we did what we did outside today. Tomorrow is gonna be making some firewood, splitting some splits on the axis. We'll see what it's like in the morning. All right, well, good morning. Yeah, didn't rain as much as they had said it is. Matter of fact, it's sunny and beautiful. Clear blue skies. Yeah, I love it when they're wrong, sometimes. Anyway, so it's a little damp, but I think we can still make it up the hill and dump this load. Let's answer some questions while we're on the way up there. Hit the comment section before you get there. So, number one, Sam, why not just cut directly into the dump trailer? Well, I don't like that because the safety, number one, I feel like I don't have as much room to get out of the way if a log or a round decides to come after me. Number two, I like cutting on the log deck. It's just, well, for a lot of reasons. You know, if you're cutting while the excavator is holding it, that's great. But then you get to the part where the excavator's holding it and you can't cut that part and it's got to set it down anyway. Also, the excavator is getting tied up by holding the log. When I've got Scott working with me, he can set the log down, and then as soon as I make my first cut, he can start loading them into the trailer. So he's doing something while I'm doing something. That's very important, that we're not waiting on each other. This is like a superpower unlocked. And to be able to dump them successfully into the woodyard area, that big concrete area where all the rounds are, is, I didn't know what to do with them, you know? And now I do. That truly is an incredible amount of rounds. And you know what the best part is? Splitting is my favorite. Yeah, I don't care if it's a nice day or a rainy day. I was gonna save the splitting for a rainy day because, you know, we're inside and it just makes sense to take advantage of the building when it's raining, but why not? Words are hard. I just have to tell you, and it's good to remember where you came from. This process has so streamlined, depending on the machines you have, of course, but I don't even want to talk about the machines. I want to talk about the flow, the way everything just goes through this smaller barn. Switching to this smaller barn was the best decision I could have made to get this all working, because the flow of the rounds from the concrete area, I don't know what to call that. I call it the scrapyard. I used to call it the scrapyard. I think we should still call it the scrapyard, so we know what I'm talking about. The flow of rounds from the scrapyard into the barn, out of the barn, out into the field is huge. And now that I've figured out a way to cut up that big mountain of logs out there in the field and get it over to the scrapyard efficiently, what a weight lifted off. It really was a big deal. That was huge, and it works. As long as I keep some rounds on the concrete so I'm not dropping them directly on the concrete and smashing it up, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And here's another $150 basket of product. This is my favorite part, absolutely my favorite part. Fill in the basket, put a label on it. This is still May. I could probably sell this late in the season, so still have sellable product going out the door, and there's no pressure. There's no pressure. I already have enough sellable product out there. I know it's all gonna disappear. It's all gonna go. It always does. But I feel confident with what I have out there that I can satisfy the customers I gained this past season and maybe get a couple more. So I'm gonna take a little break and then we'll do some more. A little side note here, guys. Just wanna touch on this wonderful invention. What's the best about it is the way it's spawned different ideas. Y'all are just throwing really cool ideas about this. The way it can be customized to whatever you need. Connectors, using different connectors, maybe compression fittings. Somebody said trying to find a flaring tool that you need a connector at all. You just stick them together if that's possible. Just whatever makes it really simple to build is the best part. And I want to show you here. So if you wanted to, you could put like a mesh around the bottom to keep things falling out. But I want to be able to put my saws in here. And even with the 36-inch bar, I just kind of let it stick out the sides a little bit and it holds it. Then I just stick my little crate in here with all my goodies. This has, you know what Chris in the Woodyard did a video where he created that thing with the gas can and the oil. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, I just use a milk crate type thing, and it's got gas, oil, gloves, little tool wrap with my scrunch and all that stuff in there that I might need. This I found, little pickaxe thing, and I use this to clean the dirt or rocks or dirty bark where I'm gonna cut. Fantastic to keep that around. And then of course I've got my gramp stick with all the measurements on it when I need that. That goes in there. And lastly, the MS290 sits right there. I've got everything I need to go cut in my golf cart. Life is good, guys, life is good. All right. It's kind of like the last piece of the puzzle. Yeah, it's not that I'm gonna quit innovating or anything. Things will happen, the game will change, but being able, no matter where the logs are delivered on my property, to be able to use the dump trailer and bring them over to here. Oh, imagine if this whole area was just a big hopper and it fed right into the barn. Anyway, using the tractor is fine for now. What a load lifted, pun intended. There's no problem anymore. I'll put the logs where I want to put the logs. It's great. So firewood now, you're gonna see some. Of course, I'm gonna keep making firewood. I'll give you guys videos about stuff that's new. I'm not gonna keep putting up the same stuff every single day. You're gonna see some variety here. I have a lot of things. Sam's doing a lot of stuff. There's projects that are still, the barn has more. I don't wanna get caught this fall going into the winter and not have that barn ready for the cold. And there are some really exciting things happening too. You're gonna see some products, but there's one product that I'm working towards making a video for that I am super excited to learn to use it. And I've got a lot of things. I have to buy something. Maybe you guys can help me with this. I need a better air compressor. And I'm thinking about Fortress from Harbor Freight. You know, money, I don't have thousands of dollars to spend on an air compressor, and I think I could spare 400 on a Fortress. If you, they got good reviews. I mean, but I trust you guys a lot too. So if you have any recommendations there, please put it in the comments. And other than that, you know, just keep watching, guys. Just keep watching. You know, make sure you got all the buttons pushed and make sure that you're following along. If a product video, if it's just a small, you know, I'll put those up on a Sunday. You guys know I don't like to waste your time. If it's something else that's just going to be, just watch the videos. I'm making less than minimum wage, so when I get a product, you know, be happy for me. I'm just about as happy as I could be with the firewood process, and we're just going to keep on chugging. Keep doing the exact same thing. Logs into the dump trailer, up to here, dump them down, get the pile smaller, bring it in, process them through, put them in the basket, and then finally back out into the field, drying. This stuff's ready to sell already. Fall is gonna be a good time. And you know my delivery system, yeah, you gotta keep watching. You gotta just keep watching. New stuff happening, new improvements. Oh, there's so much work to be done on the barn, and I'm just looking forward to every single bit of it. I hope you are too, and I hope you'll be back every Wednesday and Saturday, and maybe a Sunday video every once in a while, and you can see what I'm doing more stuff.